Nuclear explosions and nukes are sort of used a lot, aren't they, in films as props?
They are.
The storylines. The most ridiculous being, what was it? The bloke who wrote Angels and Demons? Or the Da Vinci Code?
Dan Brown?
Yeah. He wrote one where they took apart a nuclear particle out of the Hadron Collider. Like, terrorists had managed to get antimatter, I think it was. An antimatter... No, it's not nuclear. Antimatter particles.
Right.
Out of the Hadron Collider.
I don't think it works
bomb.
that way.
No, it doesn't. Because my friend works at the Large Hadron Collider. And he was the one who brought my attention to it. I hadn't actually read the book. And he was basically going, look, this ridiculous fucking book, and the film's stupid. And it's like, what, like, in the book, basically, the terrorists come in and just steal antimatter particles. And he goes, look, in order to generate antimatter particles in the Hadron Collider, requires them to, we only keep them for 8 seconds, because we have no way of keeping them there longer. They may have gotten it a bit longer now, but it's not going to be anywhere near long enough to make a bomb out of.
Yeah.
And he said in order to generate them, you need to use magnets that have to be super cooled, cooler than the temperature of space. Right? So
towards absolute zero.
Yeah, it's one of the coldest places on Earth because the magnets get so hot. And he was like, so what? Did they think they're just going to walk in with a jam jar and take them, or what? How are they getting these fucking particles?
I mean, nuclear science is, and of quite a lot of sciences as well, is one of the ones that's probably the worst represented in films. Well, in culture in general.
Even Batman, Dark Knight Rises, got it wrong. That's something that I was a bit disappointed with, because in general, like, The Dark Knight was brilliant. Batman Begins was brilliant as well. Microwaving water, etc. But yeah, I know it's always questionable science, but especially being Christopher Nolan, the fact that they went, we've got Bane's going to have a bomb that's made from nuclear fusion. You can't make a bomb out of nuclear fusion.
Well, it depends on the. I mean, technically, you can have a fusion device.
Yes.
He
has a guy turn it into a bomb. It's like, well, the only thing that nuclear fusion reactors generate, like as a waste product,
is waste.
Is water.
Well, and nuclear waste.
No, they don't. Nuclear fission does. Nuclear fusion doesn't.
But fusion's never actually been done yet.
Well, they can create nuclear fusion, but
yeah,
again,
but it's not self-sustaining.
No, it's not. But that was the premise of it. That Wayne Enterprises had created self-sustaining nuclear fusion, which is great as an idea. But then it's now we've turned it into a bomb. I'm like, well, how the fuck have you done that?
Yeah, that doesn't work unless you use.
We've turned water into a bomb. You fucking mix it with Silicon Bang. Oh fuck! Mix it with Silicon Bang or something. How did you do that?
Did you just?
I got crushed by lift chest.
Yeah, but you just spawned at the top.
Yes. I'm guessing that was a checkpoint. Fuck the shit. See that.
I mean, the classic one that always winds me up now is this idea that if someone blows up a nuclear power plant, it goes off with the force of a nuclear bomb. No, it doesn't.
No, it's not nowhere near the same, is it?
No.
It's a different type of reactor.
It's a bit different type of reaction.
Yeah. So that's what I meant, not reactor. There's no reactor in a nuclear bomb. It doesn't need to be a reactor. It just needs to blow.
No, I mean, the other thing is actually, it's surprisingly easy to make a nuclear bomb. At least, for like, I mean, not for me. I mean, I couldn't do it in the shed. But, I mean, I suppose theoretically, if you had all the money, you probably could, but... please note, government, I am not planning on doing that. But,
fuck yourself.
It's definitely not sort of out of...
It's not out of view, not out of reach for someone to be able to do it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the one argument that came up in the discussions with Trident is, well, it prevents us from being bombed ourselves. Well,
I disagree with Trident. The reason I disagree with Trident is I understand the premise to a certain degree, but I don't agree with it. And the premise is that say Russia is our villain, is our villain for this scenario's sake. Russia, we've got 3 nuclear subs, right?
Yeah.
And you know, do they really expect that someone like Vladimir Putin or terrorists from abroad are sitting there going, "Nah, we can fuck them about. They've only got 3 nuclear subs," and then we go, "Oh shit, they've got a 4th. Better leave these guys alone. They mean serious business. They've got a 4th nuclear sub." You know, we've already got 3. What's the 4th doing?
I mean,
It's
most
literally
of
just an addition that we can't even use anyway.
To be fair, I mean, most nuclear doctrine, if you ever look at it, is absolutely crazy. You know, most countries' nuclear doctrine is based on the idea that no one would ever want to blow the world up.
Come on, darling! 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 Fuck it!
Does
Bye,
she just
love.
get left up there if you...
I don't care.
Yeah, and a lot of it in the UK is based on the idea that we have these things called letters of last resort,
There she is. Transport.
which is what a prime minister has to write,
Yeah.
and it has one of like 3 options. It's like, you know, and it's based on, so if a submarine captain can't get things like the World Service, it can't get Radio 4,
Yeah.
it can't contact anyone at the Admiralty or whatever, then they open up the letter of last resort, and the letter of last resort will
We'll say either whether or not they're
we'll
allowed
say
to bomb the enemy,
launch
or,
weapons, don't launch weapons,
or join allies.
join someone in, put yourself in the command of anyone who's out there still,
Yeah.
and do them. I mean,
If America was the ally, as an example,
Yes.
then join America and go
or
under there.
even like the Australian Navy or the Canadian Navy, and the whole idea of the
I
premise.
just used America as an example. Like,
Yeah.
that if anyone's going to nuke anyone, it's going to be them because they've done it before.
But the premise is based on the idea that. The premise is based on the idea that you're not allowed to tell people what you put in that letter.
Right.
Because obviously, if you turn around and said, "Well, I've just written my letter of last resort,"
And it says not to nuke it.
it says not to nuke anyone, then people know that, and theoretically, people, because they know that you're
I
not going
understand
to get.
that. No, I've got a problem with the premise. I just think at the moment we're having a fucking financial problem in this country, and 3 trillion towards a sub that literally does nothing. I mean, it
Right.
literally does nothing, because having a 4th sub does not help anything. Because nuclear sub we can only use if we're already all dead.
Yep.
So it's no use to us at the moment anyway. If we die, we've still got another 3 subs. And if anyone was looking at our navy, I really don't think anyone's going to be going, shit, if they had 1 more nuclear sub, I won't attack them.
Well, and
because I don't want to shit on someone with 4 nuclear subs.
And here's the thing, actually.
I disagree with that as supposedly the logic.
I mean, here's the thing. If Britain's
What
going
the fuck is this?
God knows. If Britain is
Factory's attacking me.
if Britain's going to be hit by a nuclear attack, it will not be from Russia.
No. I know that. I'm just. I need to.
No, I mean, it's not going to be from China. It's going to be someone who builds something and then sets it off. It may not necessarily be powerful, but it doesn't need to be.
But you mean it's going to be like it's going to be an amateur?
Yeah, it's going to be, it's not going to be sort of, it's not going to be even in the mega tonnage. It's going to be like a couple of kilotons maybe, probably comparable to like Hiroshima or Nagasaki type thing. Yeah, because that's easy to do, provided you've got the know-how and the wherewithal, and can be done quite simply as well. All you need is like an old artillery cannon.
Right.
To fire 2 bits of like enriched uranium into each other to start a critical reaction.
How do you get uranium?
Well, you have to dig it out of the ground. That's the easy bit. Then what you have to do is you need to process it to become uranium 235, I think. 238, I think, is what's commonly found. 235 is what you have to process it into, which is usually done with the help of a centrifuge.
Right. So that's Not quite so simple.
Yeah, but why make it when you can just acquire it?
Right.
Yeah, the Soviet Union fell 20 years ago now and is still having difficulties keeping tabs on stuff that disappeared in the 90s.
That's true.
A lot of
home. Bastard.
a lot of nuclear equipment disappeared during the 90s.
What, from the Soviet Union?
Yeah, from the Soviet
Fuck.
Union. And no one knows where it is.
I have a flamethrower shotgun, by the way. Okay.
Actually, man, I've just noticed I need to get going to pick up my wife.
Not long now, dude.
Huh?
Not long now.
No, I've got to pick her up in 20 minutes, so I've got to get back home and.
You'll be fine. Oh fuck. As I say, you'll be fine. I don't think I've got no lives left, so you might as well wait until I'm dead. Fuck off.
So yeah, that's if that's not terrified you, then
It hasn't really, because as you say, it's unlikely that we're going to be in a nuclear war of any kind.
well, we're not going to be in nuclear war, which is good, but yeah, I mean, I reckon that probably within our lifetimes we'll probably see
What, an amateur nuke?
not necessarily an amateur one, but there will certainly be a nuclear explosion somewhere.
I'm dead. Fuck it. Still haven't completed this game. Carl Reese Terminator.
Yeah, you came quite close that time.
I did. That's the last level, I'm pretty certain.
It would explain why it was constantly dicking you over.
Yeah, that's the factory which didn't attack anyone but the Terminator, and only at the behest of Sarah Connor.
Right.
Actually violently attacking Carl Reese. By this point, he'd actually broken his neck. So,
okay.
If you remember the film, he he basically tries to batter the Terminator one and falls down the flight of stairs, cracks his neck open, and dies. End of Carl Reese.
Oh dear.
Oh, I know, Reese's Pieces. We're all over the all over
Clearly.
the shop.
Right.
But yes, what did you think of that game?
It was much better than the first two.
Much better than Star Trek games, wasn't it?
Oh god, yeah.
Fuck's sake, I'm so sorry. Star Trek deserves better than that.
Has Star Trek ever got a good game?
Pass.
Apart from maybe Elite Force.
I've only ever played those two, and one on the Amiga, which was fucking awful. So, as far as I'm aware, out of the three I've played, no. But there may very well be one out there.
I mean, Elite Force is meant to be quite good, so that's...
Yes, we'll look into that. Yes, because obviously that's that Star Trek week. But for the time being, thanks for playing.
Yeah.
Bye. Say
Bye-bye.
bastard. Say it again.
Bye-bye.
Yay!
Sleep well.
Bye. Sleep well. Dream.
Try not to think of nuclear bombs.
Bums. Nuclear bums.
Don't read up with them.